Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm BoredBlade and today I'll be talking about what I believe to be the top 10 ongoing manga and manhwa of 2021. Before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Also, stay tuned for more future videos by hitting the bell icon to be notified of their release. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Battle in 5 Seconds of Meeting. This manga focuses on the life of a young teen named Akira, who has a high intelligence as well as quite the sugar tooth. He's extremely bored with his life and indulges in playing video games or competing in online strategic debates. However, his life is turned completely upside down after a strange incident leaves him unconscious and on the verge of death. Surprisingly, he wakes up unharmed and is told that he and several others are participants in an experiment where they are given supernatural powers that they have to utilize to survive and compete against each other. Number 9. Mercenary Enrollment. Although this manhwa only has around 12 chapters as of now, the current plot has definitely earned its spot in the top 10. The main character, a young boy named Yui-jin, was the sole survivor of a plane crash. Now in a foreign country torn with war, he was eventually raised and trained to become a highly skilled mercenary. During one of his missions, however, he manages to save a Korean lieutenant and was able to return to his hometown. And so, his peaceful high school life now begins, or so he thought. Number 8. Legend of the Northern Blade. This manhwa takes place in a world of martial arts where evil sects or organizations reign freely. As a result, martial artists gather to form the Northern Heavenly Sect. With their help, people began to enjoy peace again. However, as time passed, some martial artists began to conspire against the Northern Heavenly Sect, eventually causing the death of the sect leader, Jin Kwan-ho. The sect was disbanded and all of their martial techniques were stolen or destroyed. His only son, Jin Mu-won, was spared due to his lack of knowledge of martial arts, as his father only taught and allowed him to study ancient texts. However, he soon finds the ultimate secret technique left behind by his father and begins to acquire the martial arts of the Northern Heavenly Sect, ultimately seeking retribution. Number 7. My Home Hero. This story follows the life of a normal, middle-aged man named Tetsuo as he tries his best to protect his family. The manga begins with him meeting up with his daughter, who is now a college student living by herself. Through this meeting, he begins to realize her unhealthy relationship with her new boyfriend. Tetsuo decides to follow her boyfriend and soon discovers that he is actually a member of a large criminal syndicate and intends to murder his daughter. As a result, Tetsuo chooses to dispose of him before he can do anything. Thus begins his journey of escaping and surviving from both the crime syndicate and the police, while keeping his actions hidden from his daughter and carrying on with his daily life. Number 6. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Dokja, a young office worker, spends most of his free time reading online novels. On his way back from work, the final chapter of his favorite novel was released. As he was the sole reader of the novel, he decides to email the author to show his appreciation and support. Surprisingly, the author replies and sends him a strange message, along with an unnamed file. Little does he know that the events that transpired in the novel will soon become reality. Number 5. Record of Ragnarok. The story begins with a convention of gods from all cultures, such as Zeus, Thor, and Shiva, deciding the fate of humanity. The gods eventually come to the consensus of destroying humanity due to their actions. Before the decision is enacted, a lone Valkyrie puts forward a suggestion to let the gods and humanity fight one last battle, as a last hope for humanity's continued survival. 13 gods will face against 13 human champions in one-on-one death battles to decide the fate of humanity. Number 4. Nano Machine. After being held in disdain and almost assassinated, Cheonyo-won, the legitimate 7th prince and now orphaned from the demonic cult, has an unexpected visit from his descendant from the future. Not only does he save his life and exterminate the assassins, he also inserts a nanomachine into Cheonyo-won's body, which drastically changes his life after its activation. Now with the assistance of futuristic technology, Cheon Yo-woon's journey of becoming the strongest now begins. Number 3. Blue Lock. With Japan's elimination from the 2018 FIFA World Cup, the Japanese Football Union starts a program to scout talented high school players and train them in preparation for the 2022 Cup. Isagi Yoichi, a forward, receives an invitation to this program soon after his team loses the chance to go to nationals because he chose to pass to his less skilled teammate, who missed, without trying to make the game-changing goal by himself. Their coach, Igo, intends to destroy Japanese loser football and create the ultimate striker by introducing a radically new training program called Blue Lock, where 300 young strikers are isolated in a prison-like institution and put through rigorous training until only one striker remains. Number 2. Mashle. In a world where magic and mages are the norm, Mash, a young man without any magical power, lives deep in the forest with his father. Those who cannot use magic are discriminated against and usually eliminated. Although his son can't use magic, the father genuinely cares for him and tells him to train his body for self-defense. As a result, Mash spends all his time doing physical training and bulking up, of course while eating cream puffs. Although he enjoys a peaceful life with his father, he is eventually chased down, putting both his and his father's lives in danger, while his muscular body and unusual strength protect him from the magic users who are out to get him. Before I reveal the number 1 manhwa, here are some honorable mentions. Platinum of the End, which details the story of an orphan being raised by 3 undead legendary heroes. The Principle of the Philosopher by Eternal Fool Asley, which follows the journey of an immortal 5,000-year-old mage. To You the Immortal, which details the journey of an immortal being as it begins to learn more about itself, the world, and those around it. The Saga of Lion Court, an isekai manga where an ordinary office worker becomes a war hero. Number 1. How to Fight. Yoo Bin, a high schooler, is always being bullied by students who feel superior to him, yet he ignores them as his life is already too difficult. However, an unintentional incident ends up turning his life around. He becomes famous through a viral video that he didn't even intend to upload. He instantly becomes famous and starts earning money from the accidental video. But since it was unintentional, he is unable to reproduce it. Fueled by the potential money to be made and the sudden change of popularity, he plans to make more captivating videos that people will find interesting and help him gather more subscribers. However, he cannot accomplish any of that unless he learns how to fight. As stated before, these rankings are solely based on my own opinion. As there are many other good series out there, feel free to leave your opinion and recommendations in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and thanks for watching.